Hello everybody and welcome to Club 38. Let me just pull Bones up here on Discord. And of course, Kadar. Give me a second to rework the windows here. But welcome everybody. I hope you are all doing okay. Hopefully you're having a fantastic night. As we get a Bones chair stream. Classic. Let's see, where are you, Kadar? You are down here.
Turn off all those fans.
Alright, we'll put you on the big monitor over here.
All good.
There we are. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Club 38. It's great to see you all again. Welcome in, Dirumana. Great to see you as well. The best looking Bones ever. Crappy's back. Now, hi. Now the
Love you,
viewing
Drew.
room.
Appreciate you, man.
We
Love
got
you,
the vintage Bones chair stream here.
Yeah, but it's back.
Let's see. We got about 4 people on right now. I feel like I'm back.
Yeah, I'm thinking about possibly contemplating coming back soon. I think that's what he said in John Wick, right?
Oh yeah, totally. That's exactly it.
Sounds about it.
I just remember him saying it and it sounded awkward and drawn out. That's why I always say that.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Yeah.
Also, this is a diffuser, not a smoke screen. So with the cold, it's nice having all that, clear out my sinuses.
Damn, that thing is going quick.
It's amazing. I love this thing. I absolutely love this thing.
It's funny.
All right, but I guess we could go live here or start recording here in a minute. Unless you guys got any objections.
No objections.
Nope.
All right.
Whenever you're ready.
In 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Club 38, where every night deserves a toast and every story gets a beat. Welcome again to Club 38, the premier podcast over the cantina. As always, I am Ali Gal, and I am setting the tone for the night. Join us live every Tuesday at about 9 p.m. EST over here on usually Kate Gaming's channel, but for the time being, we're going to be on my channel, Ali Gal. So take a seat. The night's just getting started. I am joined by our temporary co-host, Bones88.
What up? You know you're spelling your you know you're pronouncing your co-host's name wrong.
Kate Gaming?
It's Kate. It's Kate 8. I want to make sure you knew that, but continue on.
And we are also joined by Kadar.
Hello. Happy to be here.
Thanks for the last minute. We got 100 biddies for FE Bones. Thanks, Baby Eyes.
Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you, buddy.
Kadar, thanks for taking a last second chance to come on here. I really appreciate it.
Happy to. I appreciate the invite.
We were gonna have Ricky P on tonight, but he's got a personal thing going on. And about 15 minutes ago, Kadar decided to come on. So
Ricky P.
You almost.
I'm excited to do this with you, man. I appreciate you coming on too.
Happy to do it.
Almost got stuck with me and Bones alone.
That would have been really. You guys would have got much dumber and would have learned nothing.
Okay, so
good day, sir.
As tradition here, we usually have our guests kind of introduce themselves, talk about their account, what their GP is at, if they have like what they're farming, and just kind of introduce, and generally content creators, so what they do, and it's all you, Kadar.
All right, well, hello everybody. Happy to be here again. My name is Kadar Poet. I am not a content creator, but I am a moderator for Arnold server. I also moderate and admin for the Swogo event server. I was also on the Relic Delta testing team for the Swogo game, which was a very fun and cool experience. I'm a 14.5 million GP account. I've got pretty much every one of the toys in the game, and I'm like many people, I'm working on getting ready for a Maul to come out in full. My hope is to have him actually at 7 stars by the time his event is over. Might be a little bit pricey, but I'll see if I can manage it.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, you're right around where I'm at too. 14.5. So
Yeah, it's a very pricey event going on.
Yeah, I've been trying to spend as little as possible. I'm doing okay so far. I've got everybody at about 75. And my shard is thankfully one of the quieter ones. So just for the 75, I've been hitting the top 10 the last few days. So I'm getting those nice payouts for more Relic 10s.
That's
nice.
Awesome. Nice. I am not anywhere close to that boat. I spent like maybe $60 total on that event. And that was just the two $30 or 30 shard packs.
Yeah, I'm broke to play. I would wail, but I'm too broke to play.
That's just because like we're in a couple weeks we're gonna have 5 new characters to farm, and I don't want to get stuck with like potentially them being on the same like energy farms. And I know that's gonna be a pain
at the same time.
So that's gonna suck.
It's gonna be something, that's for sure. A whole different ballgame from what we're used to these last 10 years.
I'm interested to see how this all comes out. Like, generally, when you get a new character dropped into the game, like they're not farmable for what, 6 months?
It's 8 to 9 weeks usually. These characters will become farmable 13 weeks after they're dropped into the game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's about originally it was about 3 months. Around
3 months, yeah. So
yes, now it's 4.5 or something like that. If my math is right.
Yeah,
and of course that's all subject to change. That is the thing, because this is also very much in a sense a beta test of this whole thing. I mean, they're still collecting feedback on it, how it's going to go and such, and I imagine there's going to be a hell of a lot of feedback just in the extended farm period and just in release in general. So who knows what round 2 of Coliseum might be.
Yeah, and that's what like I was kind of explaining to everybody. With the whole new set, like this Coliseum and this whole era has been shit. It really has. But this is again glass half full. It's their first time doing it. Hopefully, it's gonna get better.
Well, everything, they throw it out there at its worst state, and then they mold it to what they want it to be. They see what they can get away with, and then they go from there, and then they adjust. So they'll do some adjustments for the next era. How much, I'm not sure. I don't think that they're going to change as much as you think they will, because now I kind of see where they're going with. I kind of see where they're going with the Coliseum. You feel that sense of progression as each character comes out, and it gets a little bit easier. Even if I spent no money, I don't put any crystals into it, I can still feel a sense of progression coming from it. So I'm sure they'll do a few things, but I don't think they're going to change as much as you think they will.
No, I'm getting the progression now because, like, now that, as you said, since they've come out, and then even like from the free to play set, because again, I've only bought like a couple shards. I'm still like, I haven't invested a whole lot into this. A star. for 2 characters, maybe. So like that doesn't equate to much in the Coliseum. Stars don't do much there at all. So the fact that it's progressing the way it has and like seeing that evolution, it's still not good rewards because I'm still only getting 100 a day, but it's getting there.
You're not missing out. Nothing's really changing for you. It's just everyone's waiting longer for these characters to get released. Um, you're still slowly working towards R10. That's about it. That's all you're really trying to do. Especially if you're not putting any money towards stars or anything. I mean, most people would tell you want to do to 4, but I don't have the crystals to go to 4. So I'm just chilling. I'm just waiting for them to get released and farming them how you used to. Yeah. Anything
And
else you want to say about that?
what are your thoughts on it all, Kadar?
This is very much a work in progress. Is the polite way to refer to it as. I've spoken with Meat in great length about a lot of stuff that they might want to do to the game. We discussed it. And Meat's been gathering a lot of feedback from a lot of people in the community, and I know the feedback that's being sent to CG and such from him, and how much might change from that, I couldn't say with any level of sureness, but I fully believe that we're going to see iterations of Coliseum going for the next couple eras. It's not going to be they're going to make changes in Era 2 and be done with it. We're going to see changes in Era 3, Era 4, maybe even up to Era 5. I do know that for the most part in the community, from what I've been seeing, it's been a mostly glass half empty perspective from a lot of people, especially once the revelation was made that Maul was going to require all the tunes at era level 85. And for those who don't know, it was stated by CG that free-to-play players would be able to get the tunes up to era level 65. So the sudden era level 85 requirement from Maul halfway through the entire process came as a bit of a shock to the system, like, oh, hey, what was that all about? Where did that come from? We had no warrant about that. That doesn't seem really fair considering we're completely limited here, and now we've got this goalpost over there that we did not know about. The field is 180 yards, not just 100 yards. That kind of thing. So yeah, it's just been a lot of reaction to that kind of stuff, and what we see for the next era, like what the requirements for the unit will be. Too soon to say, but I would not be surprised if they made the end requirements a little bit nicer. Do I expect them to make it entirely accessible to free-to-play players? No, because at the end of the day, this is a mobile game. They have to make some money off of it. But I do anticipate a bit of a lessening of the strain, as it were. But again, like, we won't know until we know. But that's just my own personal belief on it.
And also, that is kind of what they said. Like, they've stated, hey, look, yeah, we want you to spend. We're gonna make it so that you want to spend.
Yeah, they just gotta sort of sweeten the pot a little bit and not make it seem so rough. Like, you don't want to feel dirty getting the thing. You want to feel like, okay, yeah, this is worth getting. I'm seeing my investment, not just like, oh, it was so much.
So, I'm not sure if you've watched Club 38 at all, Kadar, before this.
No, I'm often too busy to watch a lot of the streams and videos from content creators, sadly.
So like a month, 2 months ago, Bones, we had Logan on the show. Was it about a month ago?
Yeah.
And
yeah, month and a half ago. Yeah, my co-host Logan.
We had Old Man Logan on the show, and he is a whale. He is a big whale. He spends a lot on this game.
Mm.
He was livid. livid when Luke came into the game. And he went off, and I'm glad I got it all on camera. It's like on my YouTube. It's the episode with Old Man Logan and
It
Avant
was really
and
funny. Yeah.
Bones. It
really
was
funny.
hilarious, but it brings up a point. Like, I've seen things level off now that we're further uh into this era, where before, when Luke came out, everybody was dropping double, triple what they had to put into this to get all the era like currency and just all those stuff to boost everything up and top of the stars. But now that it, like, we've talking to a couple people, they have all this material that's just kind of sitting there now.
Yeah, and it's going to convert into credits when all is said and done. We're not going to get to hoard it.
And
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That sucks.
Oh,
Someone
yeah.
asked me that in one of my streams. I didn't know that. Damn.
yeah, because credits are what we
But
need.
it all just dusts away.
I would much rather
Um,
go to like era currency or something. Not
Yeah, I
not
think
credits.
the gold currency that we use to upgrade these era tunes, I think it's all the gear stuff that we use to upgrade these new tunes should convert into that currency because
Mhm.
that's a lot less of a harmful hoarding from CG's perspective than it would be to just hoard the gear because that's one of the reasons I think that we're getting this new system is because so many people now they have such a gear stockpile that when a new tune comes out they just need to spend the money to get the stars and such and then hoard some gear up, slap it on, relic it up, maybe get some signal data crunching going on in there because that's still obviously a crunch for a lot of people, myself included. Other than that, it's not much of a strain. Now again, that's just pure conjecture on my part. But it certainly makes sense with what we've seen. I do hope that they change the gear dusting system a little bit, like we just were talking about, but we shall see what they end up doing.
Yeah, I would much rather see them
Yeah,
get
I
that
just
out than like credits. Who doesn't have a lot of credits at this point, unless you're early on?
I mean, all the stuff that I want changed, they're not gonna do. So I'm not gonna waste my breath. But I just think it's silly that you can't play with your characters you wailed on, and you have to wait this long.
Yeah,
That's my biggest
I know
complaint.
Arnold had a really big complaint with Spider Mall.
Oh, he had a lot of complaints.
So what is that like, kind of modding for Arnold in?
Um,
That's such a big content creator. Like,
it was really interesting. Because I remember when I applied to be a mod on his channel, I did it at the time. Like I was just known as like Darla Poet. He's obsessed with LeBrock. Anything LeBrock he'll know about. Like he'll always comment on Arnold streams whenever they're playing LeBrock music and such. I mean that's how people knew me back then. And then I applied to become a mod, got accepted, did an interview with Toyota and such. And Anna and I, we already had like a working relationship. Like he and I had spoken about stuff in the past. I've actually helped him on one of his music videos. I helped him make the Star Killer one,
oh, that's awesome.
and that was fun.
Really, that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I helped him source a lot of the dialogue that he used in it. Because he was just like, "Hey guys, can somebody help me with find the dialogue for this?" And in like 30 minutes or something like that, I had a Google Doc with a bunch of timestamps to a bunch of quotes he could grab for his video.
Love it.
I had
Yeah, I
found the
love
raw
all that
files.
music
I
and
found the
stuff.
raw voice files and such. That was fun. But so like he knew I was gonna be one of his mods and such, and that was a fun time, especially when it was announced who the mods were in area, it was like, oh my god, Qatar's on the list. The important
That's
and
really
then
cool.
I made mod and events a week after that actually. And the important thing I always kept in mind for myself was okay, Dave, so you're in a position of authority. people know who you are in a sense. Like they have an inkling as to who you might be and such, or maybe they don't, but a lot of people do. And the biggest thing I always tell myself is just like, don't get egotistical. Like you are a
Yeah.
person, you are replaceable, you can screw
For
things
sure, yeah.
up, you're human, so just be yourself, be humble. Always
Mhm.
make sure you have all the information before you try moderating something. Um and that's just been my philosophy from day one in terms of me being a moderator for various parts of the community.
Do you
How long
kind
ago did you?
go ahead, Bones?
Oh, sorry. How long ago did you start moderating? Just in general, like what you're
Late
talking about,
fall of
that era.
2022.
Okay, cool. That's really cool, man. I bet it's pretty fun, huh? Or is it fun or is it
It's been a
stressful?
I mean, you have moments of both. I mean, at the end of the day, like,
Yeah.
this game is a hobby, and now I've got more involvement in the community of said hobby. Um, and it's just interesting, like, the conversations you have with people. Like, you might just be trying to moderate something, or you just like watching the situation, and like, there's all sorts of conversations you can have. And then obviously there are times where shit is hitting the fan and like you have to like put away all the niceties, just very much put the mod mask on and such.
Hmm.
Sometimes you have to slow mo the
Yeah.
server. In the last 3 months we had to actually slow mo the entire event server, or the main channel of it, twice, because like so many people were so upset and talking about stuff. Like, in order for us to be able to moderate, we had to slow it down to, I think, at the worst it got was you can chat once every 30 minutes. And
Wow.
even with that setting on, the chat was just flying by. That's how many people were talking at once. We handed out over 100 mutes and bans in less than 6 hours on one of those times. And that was an
What
all
were they
hands on
mad
deck
about? Just
situation.
an update? They were just mad about the update, or what?
It was just people
Like,
being
why
mad
are
about
you
the
having to deal with
update.
it?
The first time it
Alright.
happened was when the Coliseum thing arrived. People were complaining about like aspects of it. There were bugs and such. CG was like trying to keep on top of stuff, but like the customers were never satisfied no matter what.
Mhm.
And like so, like we
Yeah.
slowed it down just to be able to safely moderate better. And then there were people who were just tagging Meathead, who's a community
Oh
manager of the game
God.
and such, and
I
saying
can't
just
stand that.
horrible,
Yeah.
Guys,
malicious
guys, I
things.
say this all the time. Do not take it out on Meathead or Arnold
No,
or
he
any of the
is.
content creators. We're just people. I work at a school, okay? I don't work for CG. They don't sign me a paycheck. I don't even get paid to do this. This is a hobby. I enjoy it. I love talking to
Exactly.
you all. Arnold loves talking to you all. Meathead, he gets paid for it, but he's not the guy that does all this. He is the community manager. Don't put
Yeah,
him on
and there's
blast.
yeah, there are so many things he has done to help the community that he cannot talk about, and I have an inkling as to some of them because I'm a Reluct Delta tester. I'm under NDA. I know some of the stuff. But no, he cares so strongly for the community, and he truly fights for us. Like, I know, like, so many people will say, like, "Oh yeah, well he says this, but then this happens." I'm like, okay, yes, just because he says he's doing this thing or he's telling CG this stuff does not mean something is going to happen. He is one person. At the end of the day, this is a game being created by game developers and game creators and such. He is one cog in the machine. He's a very important cog in the machine. He's personally my favorite piece of the machine, frankly. But at the end of the day, like, it's one person and a bunch of other things have to happen for the good stuff that we want to occur, and that's not always going to happen, even though he's pushing for it sometimes. But he does push for stuff that we benefit from so strongly. Treasure
He
him.
doesn't really have any say? He doesn't really have any say, does he? Like creative input, he can just give us. He can give us
He has
suggestions,
a
but he really has
level
no
of
say, right?
creative input. Like everybody has a level of creative input in the game.
Mhm.
Okay.
And he obviously has the strongest voice of like this is what the players are saying right now. Like, yes, there are other CG uh there are other members of CG who are in various servers and such. I know a couple of their identities. I'm obviously not going to say who they are, but I've seen some of
Yeah.
them like get into conversations with people who are very, very upset, and they'll just be like try to understand their perspective. And it's
Right.
been very interesting to see those conversations as well. Because like some people argue about something, come up with an alternate idea, which is essentially the same thing, and then they'll be presented with that observation, like this is basically the same thing, just like one tiny difference. Like, no, it's not the same thing at all. It's like, okay. But that's just it. Like any
Right.
community is gonna be very passionate about what they're playing because they enjoy playing it and they want to keep playing it. And so this is very much just par for the course. But at the end of the day, Meathead is human. He is one person. Please be kind to him because he has our best interest at heart. For the most part, I often call him a little shit because he is a little shit, but that's a separate issue.
I call him Meatwad. And I've talked to him a few times. I love Meathead. He's
he's
helped me
awesome.
out too whenever I need it. But they're still on one laptop, guys. So just cut Meathead and CG Black because
Uh,
there's only one there, so they can only do so much, one at a
So
time.
we kind of talked up a little bit on how you mod for Arnold. For those of you that don't know, the data mines is where we kind of get everything. Like, we've actually had quite a bit of info that CG won't tell us come through the data mines lately.
oh yeah.
How do you take modding in about the same way as on that server as you do Arnold's? Like, what's the difference?
Um,
What does that
For the
entail?
most for the most part, it's pretty much the same. I think in events we're a little more strict in like how quickly we'll hand out like a timeout, a mute, or a ban or that kind of stuff. In Arnold's server, we have these rooms essentially where if somebody's causing a problem, we might just limit their view of the server or their ability to talk in the server to that room while we hash it out with them and other people. And then we'll just like try to come up with a resolution. Whereas in the event server, it will be just we warn you once, we warn you twice, maybe we'll warn you a third time. Up, you keep going. There's a mute, there's a ban, one of those two things. So there is a difference, but in terms of how I approach something, I try to be about as consistent as I can be. Because there are sometimes like it's the same people just in different servers that I'll have to moderate. So, like, if I know somebody's doing something in one server and I see them like trying to like look at it in a different server, it's like, hey guys, I just talked to you about this in the other server. Let's not rehash that conversation. Like, come on, you know better. Um,
Mhm.
but it's something I do very much genuinely enjoy. Not to sound like one of those stereotypical Discord mods.
No, I'm a Discord mod too for Nucci Boy.
Mm.
Um, so I totally get that. I love getting his trolls because they're fun to boot.
Yeah, we don't often see too many fun trolls in the event server. Usually they just show up with some sort of malicious intent and such. Same with Arnold too. Like the time of fun trolls I've noticed seems to have gone away the further and further we get from COVID. And now it's just a lot more just like malicious phishing and
Yeah.
such. Or just like people who show up and post like immediately are posting horrid images of like things you don't want to see ever.
Yeah, that's all just those are the quick ones. Like you
Oh
ping
yeah,
us
no,
and
it's
it's
like
like
you like those
delete.
because you don't have to think about it. It's just like, oh, yep, that's not a conversation. You're gone. Bye. And there are cases where, because I moderate both, sometimes there will be a situation where I see how somebody is acting on one server, and if it's like severe enough, I'll just be like, all right, not only are you getting banned in this server, but I'm cross-server banning you in this server as well.
So, do you talk to the guys that do the leaks at all? Is there any like how do
Oh,
they
the data
come up?
miners?
Yes, how does all that even come about? How do they
Right. So,
if you could even talk about that?
oh yeah, no, it's all public knowledge actually. And the data miners have talked about it in the public forums on general before in events before. So when an update is pushed to the game, there's essentially it's just like a comparing before and after, like what was in the game before this update was pushed and what's new in the game. So new lines of code, new assets, for example. New assets specifically are one of the most common ways where we will see something new before CG is necessarily ready to talk about it. The most recent example is Satil Sean. So we had Meat in the event server throughout the day teasing this new tune. Now, for a lot of us, it was very obvious. Like, okay, it's a hilt of a lightsaber that looks like Satil Sean's lightsaber, and now there's a Hadouken that looks a lot like Satil doing the Force push against Malchus from the second SWTOR trailer. I'm guessing it's Satil Sean, and then the data mine shows up before the actual post comes out, and sure enough, what do you know? It's Satil Sean, and kudos to the art guys of Swogo. It looks amazing.
I gotta say, I think that how are you such good friends with Meathead? Because he's got to see all this stuff. He's got to be like, "What the hell, man? You ruined my post."
It sort of just occurred naturally. Like there was never any point in time where I was trying to intentionally like develop a friendship or relationship with him. I guess it really first started with the the community manager before him, DojaFed. He and I had it. We weren't. We were. I was not as close with DojaFed as I am with Meathead, obviously. But he and I did have a sort of working relationship. I would discuss various bugs with him. The main thing though was when DojaFed first arrived in the event server, introducing himself as DojaFed, community manager, and a lot of jazz.
Mhm.
What I did is I asked him if he had heard of the band called LeBrock, which is the music Arnold used to play a lot in his streams and videos and such, and he did a collaboration song with them a couple years back that I sort of inspired. And so that started that whole thing. And then when Meathead showed up, I asked him the very same question as our first interaction, which he does actually like LeBrock quite a bit. I discovered, so that was good. Or I helped him like LeBrock, I should say.
That's
I'm a good
awesome.
influence, I promise. And then from there, it was literally just like, send him reports about bugs and such. And just consistency was the main thing. Like I never sent him any attitude about anything. Like if I was upset about an update, I never immediately just like, Meathead, this update sucks. What the hell are you guys doing over there? No, it was just always like, I think this is a bug. This is something. And it sort of evolved from there. So he's got his own Discord server. He does his own streaming. I go to both the streams. I go to his Discord. We start talking. He got me into Magic the Gathering. He got me into Star Citizen. Both things he streams, and it's just it all evolved from that essentially in a way that I never could have anticipated. And now I can confidently say that it's a friendship I cherish very much. And oftentimes, like we'll be talking about stuff in DMs and such. And it's got nothing to do with the game. We'll just like we'll be talking about Star Citizen, Fallout 76, Magic the Gathering, all sorts of stuff. And only some of the times will our
love Fallout.
conversations have any sort of impact on stuff relating to the game. And it's something I treasure very much, and I consider myself very fortunate to have that friendship with him.
Do you play Fallout 76?
Oh yeah, no. I play it quite a bit.
I put 700 hours into it. I'm trying to get back into it.
I have not put that many hours into it. I'm only 300 and I'm only level 320 right now. But I've been enjoying
that's about
it
where
recently.
I'm at.
Oh, okay.
I'm level 300. But I used to just fuck around a lot in there. I used to build a lot of the houses. That's what I like to do is build the houses in there.
Oh yeah, I know. I get that.
Do you do anything like not necessarily moderating? It could be moderating, but do you do anything outside of Swelga that's kind of cool?
In terms of like
cool.
moderating, no. All my moderating stuff is strictly just the Swogo setting. It's essentially my side hobby that has sort of exploded into this whole thing that I never anticipated.
That's cool, man.
He does this really cool thing on Friday nights. There's this guy named Scribe, bald head, Welsh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets really drunk with him.
Yeah. Actually, he's Australian. But no, the joke is like when he first came onto our show, I thought he was Australian, and everyone made fun of me. But
Aussie Scribe.
Screw Scribe, because he'll take my co-host on there, and everyone in chat will be like, "Let Bones get on," and he'll say, "Fuck you, Bones," and just trolls me.
Scribbles from Down Under, I like it.
He
I,
might
I
have
love
a he
Skittles.
might have a witty one-liner about being down under.
No, I bet he
Yes,
would.
he definitely is on the Barbie, if you know what I mean.
So
I have no idea.
you did mention that you were part of that Relic Delta testing. I
Yeah.
know a lot of it. I don't know how much of it is still tied up in NDA, but give us some feedback on that. I know we've talked to Egnards
Um,
about it, and he was able to give us a little bit. What was your like overall experience?
it was firstly, it was very much crazy to think about the fact that like I was being offered a spot in this. Like when I was offered the spot, I had no idea what it was about. All I knew is you're going to be in this new playtesting group and you're going to have to sign NDA. And I was like, okay, this is actually like big shit. Don't screw this up, Qatar. Like you have no idea what's going on. And then there was a Zoom call with Meathead, various other CG devs. There were like 4 or 5 CG people there, and then a majority of the other testers who were able to make the call at the time. I recognized almost every single name there. And it was just like, my goodness gracious, I'm just a moderator and I'm here with all these content creators, big and small. Like there's Arnold, there's Nooch. Like, my goodness, like, I never once in a million years pictured I'd be in a situation like that, and then they told us about it. And the 2 big things that surprised me were, like, they fully recognized that they were technically sort of taking a risk with this playtesting thing because it was some trusted people, some new people, and some people might recall the reason the old playtesting group got dismantled was because somebody leaked datacrons
Mm-hmm.
started that whole thing, and they've been really hesitant to get back into playtesting because they don't want something getting leaked out of context and causing a whole sort of fuss because there is a sort of level of trust that is being put in each and every one of us Relic Delta testers. Like you represent a part of the community or you have your ear to a large part of the community, like, so we're going to trust you with this, and it's on us to properly respect that trust and just do the best we can in terms of play testing and such to give them the feedback that they need to make this something that most players can enjoy. The other thing that really surprised me was how much openness we had. Like, yes, we were under NDA, but the NDA mostly covered just you can't share videos or pictures of the test environment, but you could talk your ass off about it. I'm
Huh.
almost quoting them
That's
directly when I say we
that's
could talk
funny.
our ass off about it. Um,
That's
so
really
It's
like when
weird
funny.
people,
that they just let you. Yeah.
yeah, we could talk about it once they announced it. So until they announced it, which was the very next day, we weren't allowed to say anything about it. Like we couldn't say we were in the test group or anything like that. We also were given the option, like we don't have to say we're in the test group. Like they never put out a list of who all was in the test group, and I know there were a couple people who very much kept private about the fact that they were in the test group, even to this day. But once they announced that they were doing this playtesting thing, it was like, all right, as long as you don't show any video and such, like the NDA was so open to the sense that people could ask me, like, hey, Kadar, could you put this, and this in there and see how it does? I'm like, all right, give me 2 minutes, and then I can tell them what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So it was extremely open, which was by design. Like they wanted us to be able to have that much interaction with other people as they could, because even though like we were this group of people and our collective knowledge of the game was great, like there might be somebody who's not in the group who might have an idea, like, oh hey, try this combination now and see what it does. So I give kudos to CG for, I guess, after the Datacron leak, having the balls to have an NDA as open as this.
Yeah, it's funny that you
And
say
it
that
was
it was that open though, because a lot of content creators were still hush hush about it.
I think that was partially just like trying to like play it up a little bit, like, oh, super secret. Like, no, there was literally no secrecy. Like, the only thing that we really weren't allowed to talk about or show was just like actual footage or screenshots of the testing. But like, so a content creator could have literally just like had the test environment open on his screen, and as long as he wasn't streaming it, he could have been on a live stream. He taking requests from people like, oh, hey, what do you want me to test? I can't show it to you, but I can narrate it.
Huh.
That's
Like,
super cool that they were that lax, especially through all the toxicity that they've had throughout the. When I say toxicity, it's just been dramatic.
Yeah.
That's a better word.
I'm
over the
curious
years.
about something. I asked Egnards this, and he kind of downplayed it.
Mhm.
Did you testers know that there the era update, which released at the same exact time, did you know that was on the horizon, or was that a surprise to
No,
you guys too?
we had knowledge of like we were told like there are other stuff coming alongside this if I remember correctly. But that was about all the detail we really had about it. It was our testing and our knowledge was very specific to just Relic Delta. Like Coliseum had no idea about that. Um, Modification to the air system, we had no idea on the specifications of that at all. Like we just knew like something was coming, and I think for the most part, like because we knew the timing of this was going to come out with the anniversary update in November and such. Like, okay, there's going to be some new game stuff coming.
Mhm.
That was pretty much our knowledge. Like they never hinted at any sort of ideas. Like they would occasionally like try to give us a little heads up about something so we can make it so content creators can make a video ahead of time and then post it after the knowledge went public. But that was about it. Hopefully I'm not like pissing any content creators off when I say this because like this was not we weren't allowed to like not say any of that. It was just like we can discuss this stuff.
No,
But yeah,
I
we
was
had
not part of
no
that
advanced
group,
knowledge.
and the fact that you guys were, I think it's awesome because it opens it up that potentially down the road, maybe
Exactly.
we'll have more inclusion in the content creators being more
Yeah.
of a
Well, I
voice.
mean, there's a certain level of saturation they want to avoid it because and this is just me offering my own opinion on this. So
Mhm.
obviously like there are a ton of content creators for this game and um they can only there's only so much bandwidth they could have because if they had every single content creator in the game, big and small, regardless of subscription size, viewership, any of that jazz, if they had them all in a testing group, what would inevitably happen is like you would get a couple dozen people largely oftentimes saying the same thing just slightly different and then they still have to parse through all that to make sure like they're not missing anything and it it's just Capital Games. They're not a big studio. They're a studio of their size, and they only have so much bandwidth, and a lot of it is on Meathead to like go through everything and summarize it for the rest of the devs. Um, so there is a level of too much. Um, but I do like what the biggest implication I like about the testing group is like, okay, we tested this. What might we test next time, assuming this playtest group performed well and met their expectations of what they wanted to see and such. Because obviously they're not CG's not looking for a group of people who will toot their horn, toe any sort of company line, and be like, "Oh, this is perfect. It doesn't need any changes at all." Like, no.
My question is, why
Um,
wasn't Bones invited? Like, you got Egnards, you have a bunch of
Yeah,
the good guys. Like, these are all smart people. You want to see what isn't gonna work? Where's Bones?
there has
I
to be
mean,
one idiot in there to really throw a wrench into things.
I mean, if Meathead was in this call, he would say, "Well, we had Gadara in there. Isn't that enough?"
Where's Bones would just be like, yeah, Cheek works great. Let's throw.
At the end of the
Um,
day, like
yeah,
there is,
what not to
there's
do.
obviously a certain level of trust, that comes with like who they invite and such. So, there needs to be a level of familiarity with some of the devs, in sense of like, do they know who you are? Do they know what you're like? Do they know what your personality is? And when we say personality, we're not talking about the personality that they put on a screen and
Mhm.
such, or like, do they know like what you are behind the scenes? That's one of the reasons about almost half of the playtest group was not content creators. Because
That's
and it's
good.
easier to look at the
Good
people who
thing.
are content creators and sort of get an idea as to who they are because and I mean this with no offense obviously, but like content creators oftentimes like they have a personality on their streams and such. But for people
Yeah.
like me and others who are content creators, it's like we are who we are. So I guess for that, it's like they know more of what they're getting with them. Not to say that content creators are bad in any stress. They're a very needed part of any game because that's how you get more viewership and playing in your game. The content creators talk about it with their viewership base.
I'm probably one of the few content creators who just wears their heart on her sleeve. I don't put on a front for the camera. What I'm feeling is what I'm feeling. I'm
Is the way to
straight.
keep it. I was surprised that they put Arnold on there because you know him better than I do. I've never talked to the guy, but it always seemed like they kind of had a strained relationship over the years. So it was cool to see that they.
It's an
allowed him-
evolving relationship, we can call it.
Right.
Obviously, like one thing that made it that's changed from now and say when his old account got banned in 2021, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
I remember that.
It's just like there's different people at CG now than there was back then. The community managers, especially like the new community managers that showed up, we had Crumb. Well, Crumb has always been there, but he's always been straight with all and such behind the scenes. And we had Doja, we had Meathead. So it was sort of like new relationships that didn't have any sort of poison in the well, as it were.
Right.
And Arnold was like he is one of, if not the biggest content creator for the game. So there is a certain level
Dude,
of like
his following is beyond
Anything.
Slugger numbers.
Yeah, that's
like-
oh yeah, no, he's
he's
a
an
massive, such a
anomaly.
huge following. He is.
Yeah,
got, like-
he's
He's
insane. I can't explain it.
he's got like his cult up in the cloud somewhere.
But
Oh
what's
yeah,
crazy
he's
is
got something.
the
Trust me, I
second-
know.
But the second Swugga content creator is nowhere, not even
No.
you know,
Yeah, like so the second
fraction
content
of what he
creator is Nooch Too Good. And
Newt. Yeah. And
let's
that's not me talking bad about him. I'm just saying how good Arnold is.
again, I'm a mod for Nooch. I love my Nooch. He's a good guy. Let's look at their numbers really quick. Arnold is at 258,000 subscribers.
250,000.
Nooch,
I mean, he was hanging out with Star Wars Theory. That's a big deal. When he was hanging out with Star Wars Theory, that was crazy.
Oh my god, that was a whole thing.
now mind you, Nooch is the second biggest subscribe, and then it's Scribe after Nooch. Nooch is at 46,000.8K.
Which is crazy too.
Let that think. That
But
is
think
over
about it.
200K more.
Yeah, it's a big deal. He's been like that for a long time.
And
I
then-
wish
I
Mobile
remember
Gamer
when the
was
Star
still
Wars
here.
Theory thing happened with Arnold. That was a very interesting time to moderate.
And then Scribe is at 27.6K. Like that's a lot of people.
Tell me about that. Because I remember that and I was like, holy shit, I can't believe he's on here with him. I mean, I could believe it, but it was just super cool.
We knew about it a little ahead of time. Like it was something we have rumblings about it for a little bit because like they've had a couple of like interactions in the past where like Star Wars Theory will reference the game, reference Auto and such. So I guess the best way I can describe it is they had a professional relationship, but it wasn't exactly a very large relationship, as it were.
Yeah.
And it was just sort of a like, so hey, this is a big Star Wars game. Well, it's the biggest Star Wars, well, only a mobile game. It has decent revenue. We talk about it sometimes, and I think if I remember correctly, some of the Star Wars Theory's audience was like, "Hey, can you tell us a little bit more about this game?" So naturally, the best way to talk about that game is to bring on the biggest content creator of that game, for a
Right.
stream and such. And it was very interesting having a bit of a mixing of those two communities. I remember, because obviously, like Star Wars Theory, he is something of I guess the polite way of referring to it is a controversial figure in the Star Wars community. Like
I was
he's
going to
got
say
his fans.
controversial. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got his fans. He's
He
got his
gets people riled
haters.
up for sure. Yeah.
Like he doesn't have sway, but Disney sure knows who he is. Let's put it that way. Or maybe he does have sway. I don't know,
Yeah.
but he has aura. Let's call it. Like
He's the
Disney knows who
reason
he
Kathleen
is.
Kennedy is gone. Just saying it.
He could very well be. I don't know. And it's far be it from me to comment or speculate on that one. That's not. That's not.
By the way,
that's
that
not my
is
thing.
not factual. Do not fact check me on that.
Oh yeah. But it was an interesting time because a lot of his, but obviously both comedians are very passionate. They have their opinions. They're very steadfast in those opinions. Um, when they mix, it can be a little. It can be interesting to see the interactions there, especially when it comes to different opinions. Like one very strong example I can think of is like a lot of people, and at least from my perspective, a lot of people in the Swogo community, they think Andor was a fantastic show.
Yep.
Star Wars Theory, not so much.
What was his thoughts on the Acolyte?
Star Wars Theory's thoughts on the Acolyte? Oh, I didn't watch too many of those videos. If I remember correctly,
when you
it
see the
wasn't.
word contra-
They weren't the.
You
They
know
weren't the
whenever-
most positive. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Alright.
remember when he said controversial? Yeah,
Yeah, controversial would be like, man, that show's amazing.
Yeah,
that's true.
but I didn't.
You
I
are
didn't.
right
I
about that.
myself did not have any direct interaction with Star Wars Theory himself. I think I might have spoken to one or two of his mods and such. Like we joined each other's servers. Like we didn't give him we didn't give any moderators special roles. Like we didn't point them out in Arnold's servers. They didn't point me out in his server and such. It was just like let's keep it. We're gonna watch things on this end, watch things on that end, in case anybody from one of the other servers is like trying to cause a fuss or troll things, that kind of thing. It was probably, I would say, the most surreal crossover I've ever seen for this community.
It was for sure. Yeah,
That's crazy.
It was
it was nothing.
yeah, it was exciting and fun. But I don't know if that kind of thing will happen again.
No, I never saw anything. I was hoping something would, but I never saw anything after that. So I didn't.
I mean, it was also just like it was one and done kind of thing. Like, why there wasn't too much need to hash it out again. Like, unless like there's some huge, crazy new update that brings like hundreds of thousands of new people to the game, that kind of thing. I don't
Yeah.
see much reason for Star Wars Theory to give us too much more attention. Just because like he's got so many other things on his plate and such. I know he's started doing a lot of like AI stuff and things, and he's got to put all those videos out about like new memorabilia he gets. Obviously Dave Filoni and the other person taking over as co-presidents. He's got a lot on his plate, and Arnold obviously has a lot on his plate as well, with as a Chronosium VR game, which I'm very.
I keep trying to get Arnold on here, but he does. I can't ever get through to him.
I will put a note out to see if I can help with that. But fair warning, he is very very busy. And a fun public fact I could talk about, because it's been acknowledged on one of his streams. It once took him 4 months to notice a DM from me.
Yeah, but like I would love to talk his new game. Like I'd love to just plug it here, talk about it, and just having Arnold on would be amazing.
I will see what I can do to help with that.
I've also been wanting
I make
to
no
get...
promises.
Yes, the shorts. This is the Kadar.
Oh, hello there in shorts 42.
But yeah, I've also been wanting to get like some devs on, but I can't ever get in touch with them.
They are a shy bunch. I remember we had Meathead on Scribe's drunk stream like a month and a half ago. That was, I'm pretty sure he only showed up mostly just to troll me. Because I sent him a message about it, like, hey, I'm on Scribe's Friday stream. If you want to show up, open invite, just so you know, because he's been on Scribe's stream before, because he had voice access to that channel and such.
Like, we really wanted to get Excite on, but she wouldn't come on.
So I tell a story a lot, and this was back when Crumb and Doja Fett, but Crumb was more interactive with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
AP Gaines had, I don't know who it was, which one of them it was, but he was AP Gaines is AP Gaines. He liked to troll. He liked to do.
He does
some crazy shit. And I shout out to him because he helped me. He skyrocketed the podcast and everything. love the guy dearly. But he read like I don't remember exactly what it was, but he was reading like viewer questions, and it was like, "Can you tell the CG to go suck a dick or something like
Oh
that?"
my god.
And that was around the last times that I think the developers started did things because
Yeah, I
Escape
mean,
Podcasts.
It-
Escape
it-
Podcasts. They used to do all kinds of stuff with them,
as you-
reveals and puzzles, and it's really sad that they don't do anything.
like as you've seen, like here on Club 38, we love to get the extra views and like what people do and like the thought behind it. Like we try to get the whole community, and having like a dev or somebody on would be amazing. Having you on is amazing. Like we
well,
get
thank you.
we get content creators on all the time. Like we'd love to get other like other faces of the community and like Celiac
Yeah,
Sarah.
do
I've
all
been
that-
trying to get in
first.
touch with Sarah. Even though she retired, like we don't even care if you retired. We just want to get you on, talk about, they talk, and that's about it.
Do all that, but with 3 scoundrels first, okay?
Hey, you
All
can't
that,
steal
but
our
3
stuff,
scoundrels
man.
first. I'm
So
just messing with you, bud.
so here's the thing, okay? You have this large galaxy of Star Wars, right? You have two female content creators. Sarah stepped off. X-Lite stepped. Like you have me and Kate. That's it.
Hmm.
We are.
Yep. Just as many black people that there are in the
Shit.
universe. So you guys you're not the only ones. So keep pushing, man.
Show-
You guys will
Yeah,
get there.
it is a bit of a
Show us
sausage
some
fest,
love.
I suppose.
Show us some love,
Um,
guys.
It's very much a sausage fest for sure.
Yeah.
We're not any more happy about it than you are. Trust me.
One of the
So-
other, we do have a female event mod for the Swogo event server. One of the moderators is her name is Katie. She became a moderator for the server a year and a half ago, I think. She's fantastic.
Well, get her on. I'd love to have her.
Also, Lady Geek that's always in chat.
I've been
Shout out
trying to get Lady Geek to co-host in Kate's absence. I can't
Yep.
get her to bite.
Love Lady Geek.
Love you, Lady Geek.
And there's a lot that's quit.
Yeah, there's
over the
a
years, too,
there's a few of us, but
but
we
not
got-
many.
no. Then you got the two
gotta stay
like
together.
faces. You got Kate and I.
Yep.
So you,
Keep on
you got to
pushing.
show us some love, especially if you want to see me, beat Fat Phil to get in my Relic 10 Wampa.
We really do. What has to happen
That'd be a
again?
fun one.
500 subs over on YouTube, and Wampa goes
Okay,
up to
gotcha.
R10.
Where are you at now?
245.
Where's he at?
245.
Okay, that's pretty good. Where's he at? I figured he was at 1,000 or something.
Oh, Phil, yeah, he's over. He's well over.
Well, then you've lost already.
I know,
You
but
lost
he
before it
refuses.
began.
He refuses to take his to 10.
So are you racing yourself?
I'm racing to see if because we all know that it takes over a year to get 500. About
Okay.
that. So
I have
I'm
no
You're
just
idea.
saying
like
500 more. You're saying 500 more.
No, I'm
since you started
saying
the
to
bet.
get to 500. What's gonna happen first? Will
Yeah.
Phil finally take his flagship character? Because
Oh, okay.
Agnards has his. I have the stranger at 10. Like we got our
Gotcha.
flagship characters at 10. Like how long is he gonna be like, oh well, it's not smart to do this, and just do it? Am I gonna
I
hit
agree.
500 before he does that? Because I haven't even hit halfway.
It's time, Phil. You piece of trash. Come on, man.
Well, it's
You
up to Phil, I
cheapskate.
guess.
It is up to Phil.
You cheap bastard. Yeah. He's just lame. He
It's
doesn't know much
it's
about
all just in all
about
honesty, it's all just a fun thing for me and Agnards just to bust on Phil. but it's funny.
And there's never enough of that. So continue that tradition. Never let go. I mean, he likes the Eagles, so
Yeah, and if I hit 500, I'm inviting him onto the podcast or the show when I do it. I will do it with him there. And then watch him do it right as I'm doing it. Just be like, yeah, I beat you to it.
you can only hope.
We shall see. We shall see.
All right, so are we talking some Swugga? Because it's getting late.
All right. So we're after 10 o'clock here. So let's get on with the GAC talk. How did your GACs go?
Go ahead, Kadar.
I have 1, 2, and lost the final round. I'll fully admit, like, I'm often like too busy to properly care about GAC, so I'll just very much vote it in sometimes. Like, I'll see if if somebody fully clears me, I'll just be like, all right, I'm gonna get my battle banners and be done with it for the day.
Yep.
No, just because I'm busy with real life and such, so I don't have the time to properly invest in it. And it is what it is. Like, I'm in Kyber 2. I'm happy with where I'm at. I don't want to necessarily sweat myself out about Kyber 1.
Hell
so
yeah.
I'm perfectly content with the Kyber 2.
You're in my boat. I'm Kyber 2. Just as long as I stay there to keep my crystals, I don't care. How about you, Bones?
Yeah, I with all these reroll crons and all this other crazy shit, most everything is being taken out by something much inferior, much like an underdog. So the Ufu's taking out Pico. It's just I'm doing an offensive. I'm not the smartest player. I don't know every kit. I just click buttons enough that I know when I hit this ability, this is what happens against this team. So I'm just all out on offense. I have a couple decent teams on defense, and then I have Glatt with Ezreal, I have Pico, I have everything. I have every GL damn near, and I'm just going for the efficiency battle. And it's kind of 50-50. I have probably lost more than I've won, honestly. But it's a low stress. I know I can full clear, and I've won several times by doing it. So that's just my strategy for now until these datacrons go away. Until then, I'm going to just go all in on offense because
very
I
interesting
was
spot with all these crons.
Yeah, this cron thing is. I hate it
because I mean the reason I did this is because when the first GAC where everyone did the rerolls, I'm a streamer, so I couldn't get past any territories. I got hung up on everything, and I couldn't. I mean, it was over in 15 minutes, and it was not a good stream, And so I'm like, well, at the very least, win or lose, I want to have some content. That's just coming from a streamer point of view. I don't know about someone who just plays.
I'm coming off of a 5-loss streak. I won my last one, but I lost the last 5 before that. Like, it was rough. And I remember the first match, I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to do my one battle. And I had a lot going on. So I was just like, one. I'm not streaming it. I got my kids here. Whatever. So I just kind of took it and went. And then I streamed the one after that, and I got that one was rough. Like, Glatt took out Leia, and then Bane, and I was like, man, what am I even doing? And this was the back wall. There was no GLs on the front wall, and I had so many drops, and then I get back there, and I'm just like, it took the Stranger, my Relic 10 Stranger, which I'm glad I got that video. I record, it was live. I'm glad I got it, but man, it was terrible. But hey, we're back in the win column.
Nice.
We're still in Kyber 2. Keep the wins coming, people.
Also, hello to Rayrock in the Twitch chat. Nice to see you over here, Rayrock.
Love us some Rayrock. Love you, brother.
Rayrock's the man. So let's get on with everybody's favorite topic here, Conquest. I actually do enjoy Conquest personally.
I'm obsessed with Conquest.
What are your thoughts on this Conquest? Where are you at And what are your kind of thoughts overall?
Oh, I'm already at the end of Sector 5. I'm already on Box 6. So I'm just finishing up feats right now to get to Box 7, which, if my math is right, I'll probably get Box 7 on Thursday, because I like to slow roll one of the 20
Mhm.
time feats, so I just get 5 of those a day. And then I just start obsessively farming Datacrons. But of course, it's going to be different this time because we've got a new set, and this is the only conquest with set.
And no focus
Um,
Datacrons.
yes, for this set. I think the focus Datacrons are coming back next set, is the current understanding. But it's very interesting. Because back when the first, before they changed the Candace originally, when Datacrons first came out, we had so and so much upgrade material, and then they extended the cadence to make them last longer, and they cut the upgrade material by like half or a third or something like that.
Yep.
And now that we only have one conquest to farm the Datacrons again, they have not yet increased the amount we get on those Datacron nodes, which was interesting because it's like, okay, so our time to farm is cut in half, our resources are staying the same, or does this mean we're supposed to have half the amount of Datacrons a person normally gets when they're farming this set? Don't know.
And you're only supposed to get half the Datacrons you're supposed to do normally anyway, though.
Yeah, but the one I'm wondering is, like, was this their intention, or was this something that just, like, sort of fell through the cracks? Like, what might change is my question. Like, maybe the next set after this will have a larger amount of cron material, or a better chance of getting a Datacron from Sector 1. But that's my only sort of real complaint about this current conquest. I mean, even despite Relic Delta not actually being activated, the feats haven't exactly been unkind to me. Like,
Yeah, what have
I'm at
you thought about the
556.
feats? Like,
Uh, maybe it's because I'm an endgame account, so I've got all the tools I need and such. But I've found um I had no issue, like, getting feats done in any sort of appropriate amount of time or any sort of difficulty with the data cards we had available for buffing our teams
mhm.
this time. I'm at 556 right now. I need another 80, and then I'm done, and I'll be done Thursday. And so, I mean, I'm usually done between, like, Thursday and Friday with conquest for red box and such. But I mean, these feats in particular, I've not seen any sort of serious struggle. Like, there's the obvious, like, usual overlapping and such. Had Relic Delta been a thing, I would have thought, okay, some of these feats need to be tuned down a bit because people are dying before we can get all the debuffs on them. But that's also, I imagine, why they put this they put a new data card in this. Where is it? It's a
Yeah, I was gonna
purple.
touch that one up in a bit here.
Yeah, F-34T training droid. All enemies are inflicted with tenacity down until the end of
Yep.
battle. Can't be dispelled or prevented. Immune to tenacity up, and they can't have their health reduced below 1% while the enemy leader is present. So that's a nice little way of letting us farm the feats. The only real issue is for free-to-play players, taking that card on and off again costs energy. So
Yep.
if you're somebody like me who buys the pass or Conquest Pass Plus, I'm like, that's not a problem. But for everybody else, there is no MasterCard. There's just energy you have to spend to get that
So you
on
buy
and
the
off again.
plus.
Oh, I am a religious Conquest Plus pass buyer every single time.
May I ask why?
So
Because I'm lazy about doing the feats, in all honesty. What I do is I do one red box, and then I do 2 rounds of the uh 6 box, and then I just have more time to farm Datacrons.
So what I do free to play is you just wait to do all those feats that you're going to use that card for, uh, at the end. So like I'll keep my build at where you need to have someone surviving
Mhm.
and do all those, and then or vice versa, and then just change my build around when
Yeah.
revolving around doing debuffs or whatever that is. That's what I would do. I haven't found the card yet.
It
So
for
It's tied to a
getting
feat.
it's all just gold path. Get 200 250 kills on the gold path.
Yeah, get 250 kills on the gold path. They've reduced the cards you get from that one and made it so you get this modifier instead. But the point difference is made up with the other global feats, so we haven't lost any points there.
And Bones, I know you and I were doing it yesterday. With the not feature on Twitch. How did you fare with it?
I'm on Sector 4. Today, I don't know. I was just maybe a little annoyed with it for no real reason. I was just trying to rush through it to get to Sector 4 and farm some Datacrons. It's fine. It seems a little more steep as far as beating. Like when I'm not trying to spam or cheese, I'm just wanting to get through some stuff. There are some newer teams which is cool. It's kind of making it. They're throwing in some things with some newer teams.
Yeah, Hondo just destroys everything.
But there are some teams that are like Jedi Training Ray every freaking time.
Oh god,
she's screwing me over, and I'm thinking I can do this, and then it's like, oh no, actually I can't, and then I have to take some overpowered team that doesn't work towards a feat. I hate doing that. I know a lot of people say don't worry about doing feats, just blast through it. That drives me crazy. I want to try to get some of the feats.
You want to do double progression essentially.
Right. You know who some people don't do that. The whales don't do that. They just fly through it. Sorry, go ahead, Ali.
Like, you know who I find is actually a really good team for helping control, like, Ray? Is the Stranger. Like, he just destroys them there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everything I put the Stranger against, he did pretty well against. I did that just for fun to see how he did. But there's another team the troopers are always a problem, but they're really annoying now. Like they're taking out GLs. They're pissing me off as well. So I try to avoid them, JTR. But anyways, I think when you get to a certain point, like where me and Kadar at 14 million, there's no real challenge.
No.
You could pretty much auto it.
The whole point is time, right?
But it is one of my more favorite modes, especially as a content creator where you're scratching for anything to stream on this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's the second best thing to stream. And so when I'm bored, I can throw it up on stream, do it for a couple hours. You know, it's okay. As far as, yeah, I mean, it's the same as always, right? There's nothing. I don't like that they're making me use the bad snatch too. I hate that team.
I hate that team too.
Their mods are all stripped from because I need them for other places and
so much stuff damage. Like that.
I know some people like them.
They're just bad.
I hate them. Like I know that you can do some things in GAC with them, and probably other things I don't know about because I'm just not a competitive player, so I don't know all the secrets. But I've cleaned up, Glat with them, and maybe I think there's a counter for Quad May. I guess there's probably some other shit, but that's the only really complaint I have. But what I do is I go to Sector 4 and just farm until GAC lock in, and then I just finish up on my red crate.
Yeah, I'm in Sector 4 as well. I got most of the global ones done. I actually finished up the bounty hunter ones. That was my pain in the ass, was just beating all the bounty hunter ones, because I sucked to, like, I did my Jabba, and then I did the Bosk with 4 LOM and Suck Ass, and no, this is my this is to help me breathe better. I could actually breathe a little bit because my nose is stuffy and I've got a cold, so this is helping me breathe.
There's Lady Geek right there. Lady Geek, we were just talking about you. Awesome, Mike. What up?
Yeah, so trying to do that with the bounty hunters was annoying, and 20 wins with them. Like, Jabba was great for it, but I was trying to get it all done as quick as I can. Because I do want to try to knock, with having the 1 month to do Datacrons, I just want to get to Datacrons and focus solely on Datacrons. So I'm trying to red crate ASAP. The feats seem pretty easy enough. I like the new date. I like the new data disk because you could just take POW, put that data disk on, and just auto it, and he'll get you what you need.
Yeah, you need a debuff or a buff. He's your man.
You need it 50 times. POW data disk so nobody dies, and he'll get you it like 50 times. Perfect.
Yeah, Quadme is a very good conquest team.
So going forward, my advice, even because I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, well, I'm 14 million. Why would I put that Omicron on?" With Relic Delta coming into effect soon, you're gonna see this happen where POW does all these debuffs. You put that data disk on him, just hit auto, and that's gonna clear all your debuffs. It's gonna be such a big time saver. Get that Omicron. 14 million, I don't care. Get that Omicron.
That's actually exactly what I did. I did not put the POW Omicron on until after I was 14 million, and oh my god, is it just so nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Like, I can tell you, like, everybody said it. They're like, oh, I'm 14. Why would I do that? It is a time saver. Period.
Yeah, I agree.
Also,
Okay.
I'm not sure if anybody really saw this. I wasn't sure if they were really trying to put Relic Delta in this time or they're gearing up for it. But
It's not entirely certain because we were while we were doing the Relic Delta testing, we were told like this is going to be put in Conquest and such. Like we were able to like freely talk about that. Like, okay, guys, this is when it's coming to Conquest. Then it was not activated for Conquest. What the intentions might be going forward, I couldn't say with any level of certainty, other than like, yes, the relics have changed for everything.
well, the thing is, if you look at the actual relics with what's in there,
The stat boost.
I just pulled this right up here. Everybody, like Bones, you mentioned yesterday about how hard they seem to be. If you look at Sector 5, it says they're all at Relic 5, right?
Yeah.
But if you click on it, there's still Relic 8 with, as you go further, they get stronger. Nothing's changed. Like, this is a screenshot that I took yesterday because somebody pointed out that they were at 5, and I was like, no, they're definitely not at 5. They're stronger than that. Either they buffed them or they didn't put it in there. But that's definitely not Relic 5. And so I took the screenshot, and as you can see, there's still Relic 8, like at Sector 5, still Relic 8 with the stat bonuses. Nothing's changed.
So everything's the same? You keep saying nothing's changed. I thought they changed the percentages. Someone said it was data mined or something, I thought.
Yeah, I had Barb Rossi. He's one of the main data miners for the event server. I had him look into the stat modifiers and such. Quoting what he said to me, so far it aligns perfectly with what is shown in game. It looks like CG did not change the stat boosts, so there could just be some typo stuff going on. Because I've heard comments of people saying Conquest is easier, and I've heard comments of people saying it's harder. Which one is actually the truth? I don't know. As for this screenshot, I honestly did not notice that myself. Part of me thinks from my own experience, I'm of the opinion that the Relic 8 thing might be a typo. Because like there's obviously like there's the code end of it, and then there's the just like description stuff that's just like text showing up on a screen. From what I remember correctly, the data mines indicated that they were actually relic, like those new relic levels of 5 and 4 and whatnot. Just with the same stat changes that used to be there, now they're just applying to these lower relics. If I remember correctly, those stats were supposed to be somewhat different. So I'll have to double check with the data miner on like how the comparing before and after on that.
Yeah, because like this was screenshotted yesterday. Like it still says that Sector 5 is Relic 8 with, I don't know, it's showing 5. Relic Delta isn't in effect because when you play it, it's not showing the Relic Delta differences.
Yep.
I don't know what they were thinking here. This is just something that, again, I'm part of MC3. They were like, hey, why is it all Relic 5? Oh, they're trying to save time. I mean, are they trying to hand everything out to us? No, this is CG. Let's be real.
No company want to hand everything out anyways because they need to make
Exactly.
money. That's not how it
And
works.
as I told them, they were like, yeah, it's all they're just trying to save time. I was like, this is a hard mode. If they did it so Sector 5 was Relic 5, who in the right mind at a 4 billion account isn't going to beat this?
But isn't the percentages raised up? Like the relics might be lower, but the stat percentages aren't they raised?
They might be. That's what I assumed it was originally.
Because Womprat was telling me about this way before it even went live. And he was saying that they did lower the relic levels, but the stat percentages were actually increased quite a bit.
Yeah, that sounds right from what I remember reading. And I think CG had outright said the stats are being raised at one point.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know.
Womprat in the chat last night said it is for when they turn on Relic Delta. However, it was confirmed it's not on this time. Whether that's for Aldous Conquest Run or not is yet to be seen.
I mean, I don't know. As long as it can be beat, that's all I care about. I haven't got to Sector 5 yet, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's just like they brought this up, and I was like, hey, here it is. I don't know. Like, this is what I'm seeing. It looks like nothing has changed at all.
Yep. Well, anything else you want to say about Conquest?
I don't get anything else about it. What do you guys?
Nothing over here.
Yeah, I got nothing about it.
All right, viewer questions.
My favorite part. Let's get weird, people. Send us some weird shit.
1 sec, just sending this text to Agnards.
Yeah, I got a haircut, Mike. Yeah, you don't talk to me anymore. I feel like you're mad at me now that I quit the podcast.
Okay, podcast
We can
questions.
still be friends.
If you're listening to this, we don't really get many viewer questions, and this is my favorite part of the show. It's my favorite part of the Scoundrels. Like, this is the best part. Pop in, ask the questions. It's right in our Discord. Go to our Linktree, Linktree/Club38. In there is the link to the Discord. Is the very first link. Pop in, get that Club 38 roll. Podcast questions. Ask questions.
Did you not have any?
Anything. We have one. From Vlad Sander. Our new Conquest unit has the Old Republic tag, Satil Shan, and is related to Revan, at least according to the lore. If CG gave us Bao Dur, I don't know who Bao Dur is, a companion from KOTOR 2, and gave him the Old Republic tag, what would you want 3 of his abilities to be? I think he would need at least a protection disruption ability. It would reflect his ability in the KOTOR game to disable force fields with his cybernetic arm. Also, he would make a good counter to the Gungan shield generator.
This is such a good question. Because I love KOTOR 2. And Bao-Dur was actually one of my favorite characters in that game.
Well, on the podcast, guests always go first, so take it away.
Oh, I like this. I like that a lot. So yes, Bao-Dur, obviously he would be a great addition to the Old Republic team. There's so many people from that game who would be such a good addition to the game itself. Old Republic people, other people. So I could actually see an argument for his basic having a chance to apply protection disruption. So his basic would just be a deal physical damage to enemy character with a, let's call it 50% chance to apply protection disruption.
Mhm.
Because in the game, what he could do as a companion is he can use his cybernetic fist to disable any electronic shield in the game, whether it's a personal shield protecting an enemy or a electronic a ray shield on a door. And then I would have his second ability be a guaranteed protection disruption, where he would hit somebody again for physical damage, apply a 100% chance to apply protection disruption, can't be evaded, can't be resisted, that kind of jazz, can't be dispelled for, let's call it 2 or 3 turns. And then apply probably tenacity down, offense down, uh, that kind of stuff. Very much debuffing somebody. And then his third ability, I would say, paying homage to him working around droids and such. He has his own actual little remote unit with him that has a very large role in part of the game. I will avoid spoiler discussion about that. It would probably be a, let's call it a cleanse and a heal for an ally unit. And maybe even a buff as well, but cleanse and heal will be the primary thing that I'd be thinking about. And then obviously his unique, to go even further than your question, for his unique ability, I would it would probably just be Architect of the Mass Shadow Generator, which was a weapon of mass destruction used to end the Mandalorian War on Malachor 5. Would probably give him synergy with droid characters, so we could see him with T3, we could see him with HK, we could see him with Sortie, because she also has the Old Republic tag, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
I wouldn't necessarily say he would be a droid leader, but he would be really good on a droid synergistic team, almost to the point where I would have the unique give him the droid tag.
Holy shit, dude.
I
There's
love
no way I
that.
could follow that. That was
I love that.
fucking meathead. Give him a job now. That was fantastic. You've passed the interview. That's what this is all really about.
Bones?
I don't know who the person is and what he said. What Kadar said. That's my answer.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I have not played KOTOR or KOTOR 2.
I played the first one, but I never got to.
I am planning on buying it soon, and then I'm gonna be live streaming it.
Yeah, they are two of the best games I've ever played. KOTOR 1, obviously, one of the most famous plot twists in gaming history. Also, if I remember correctly, it was the first 3D RPG game ever made, which at the time, 2003, if I remember correctly, it was
it
very
really?
significant. Yeah, no, the first 3D
Really?
RPG game ever made. If I remember correctly, I've read it in a book once. It's stuck in my head. I can see it clear as day in my brain right now. I'm like pretty sure that's
Holy
accurate.
shit. I believe
It
you. That's
was,
just I never thought about it.
and it also introduced, obviously, like, it introduced us to the Old Republic era. Like, oh, we know about the Death Star, we know about Palpatine, we know about Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker. Let's go 3,000 plus years into the past and see what's up then. Like, we're gonna talk about all this new lore and such. There's amazing characters, awesome new Force powers. You want to be a Jedi, you do that. You want to be a Sith, you do that. Here's Force lightning, here's Force choking, Force pushing, Force stasis, droid stun, Force push, all that jazz. And then KOTOR 2, the reason KOTOR 2 is so much better, in my opinion, is because it takes the black and whiteness of the light side and the dark side, and it adds gray. It's probably the best presentation of sort of mix mashing like the dark and light together, and it has such beautifully made characters, especially in regards to Kreia, also known as Darth Treya, one of the best villain allies of all time, in my opinion.
I want Kleia too. We have 2 Bastilas. Give me a Kleia. Come on.
Yeah, well, we do have 2 Bastilas, and now we have Bastila and Revan's daughter, Satele Shan. She is 300 years after their time. She herself has a son who is Republic SIS, so I'm hoping to see him as well. Honestly, there's so many good characters in that era. CG can spend 2 years making characters related to that era of Star Wars, and they would still have dozens more available to them.
Maybe
Like
that's going to
it
be
is
their
that
next
much.
era.
Next era is either going to be Old Republic stuff related to Tilshan, or it's going to be Andor. One reason I think it's Andor is oftentimes the conquest unit doesn't necessarily relate to the current theme of the era, and it sort of lets
Stranger.
them like do a separate thing. Yeah, exactly. With the Stranger, like we're not getting any other tunes from that show at the moment. And like, are we gonna get Darth Plagueis? No. Are we gonna get the twins? No. Are we gonna get any of the Jedi? I would love to get some of those Jedi because some of those Jedi were awesome. Give me the
Yeah.
Wookiee Jedi, please.
The Wookiee Jedi, yeah. Kelnaka.
But yeah, separate eras. So Andor, Old Republic, it's gonna be one of those two. If it's something else, I'll be shocked. But Meathead did say 70 guessed correctly when he was teasing about it, so we shall see.
All right. Second question. This one's more for Bones. It's a 3-parter. Does Bones from Aussie Mike? Does Bones regret leaving the Saturday podcast? Does Bones feel guilty for using Womprat's information after leaving the podcast? And did Bones cut his hair to be more like Berm?
I have a question for Mike. Mike, do you feel some type of way about me leaving the podcast? Because I still love you. I love you very much. And I'm sorry.
We
I
love
do
you.
feel
Mike.
guilty. Yeah, I do feel guilty, and I think about you guys all the time. But I don't feel guilty about using Womprat's information, and I should have claimed it as my own and not said it. He gave it to me. And fuck you guys. Your guys' podcast is trash. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be where you are.
So Aussie Mike, serious question. I want to get my kids, girls 5 and 9, into Star Wars. They're aware of it, but don't really get into it. They've seen some Bad Batch, but that's about it. What would you suggest I get them to watch with minimal bribery required?
Skeleton Crew.
There's actually Sam Witwer actually had a statement about this a while back. He talked about in his method of wanting to get kids hooked into the show is he wants the kids to love Anakin first. So
Ugh.
using the Clone Wars.
Ugh.
So then 4, 5, then episodes 4, then 5, then 1, 2, 3, then 6. It's a very interesting order that I don't know if everybody would want to do that. But it definitely also seems designed to like get them invested in Anakin, then break their heart.
You say 1, 2, 3, then 6?
Yeah, so episode Clone Wars,
What?
then 4, then 5, then 1, 2, 3, then 6. It's a very weird order.
So that's for kids.
Why? Is this like a
That's how you get 'em
flashback?
invested in, yeah, that's how you get them invested in Anakin, then break their heart.
Okay.
First, that's the Sam Witwer suggestion. If it was me personally, I grew up watching episode 4 in my grandfather's a bunch of different weekends. And then just I went from there. So in my opinion, like there's no reason to not just do like the order they were made, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That then you can get them into the shows and such because the show that way because like you watch the movies and then like you have various questions like, oh, what happened between 2 and 3 that made Anakin the way he is? Like, okay, let's now introduce them to Ahsoka Tano, give us all of that backstory of the relationship between Ahsoka and Anakin, the brotherhood they had, and then Ahsoka left the Order. Oh no.
Okay, so was the question what order to watch it, or what
would you
introduce them to?
What would be the best way to introduce it to them without bribery?
Yeah,
Star Wars in general.
Okay, Mike, here's what you do. You wait about 8 years and have them watch The Acolyte.
Oh my god.
Why wait 8 years?
Chimere.
Because hopefully it'll be erased from existence.
Yeah, like that one
hopefully,
scene.
yeah, that was very creepy. Thank you for acknowledging that, though. I love your sense of humor for it. I like that one. But in all realness, this is how I got mine is Skeleton Crew, and then just it's a one-off thing, and it involves kids, and it'll get them into
No.
it. And
So-
it'll make
It
'em-
doesn't
and
require really any backstory either. Like, you don't need to know who the Skywalkers are. You don't need to know all that jazz.
In all
Exactly.
seriousness, I would recommend Skeleton Crew too.
yeah. And then after that, just go like what you said from release. Why not show them how it was meant to be watched by order of release? That's what I would say.
So I have about 3 that I would say. I would say that or Clone Wars. It's cartoonish. Being 5 and 8, they would love it. And Ahsoka Tano could be their hero. That would use Ahsoka to catch their interest with the cartoony style. Or if you're trying to go, I mean, I know it's way more like live action, but episode 6, Leia being a huge, I mean, she was my idol. Leia's always a win.
I mean, Leia had plenty of like good moments in 4 and 5 as well. Like, I would certainly not want to discount those. Like, one of my favorite parts about episode 4, especially with Rogue One in context now, is when she just walks up to Vader and is like, "I have no idea what you're talking about. Rebel plans on my ship? Ridiculous."
Well, I mean, plus you get
Rogue One just makes that so funny.
so you get
She
Leia
also
being a boss. You get the Ewoks. Six
Which
is
was the
what
worst
caught
part of it.
6 is what caught me. Like I love 6 the most.
I love 6, but the only thing that wasn't good was the Ewoks.
They
were
were
I think they spent a
tripping
little too much time with the
ATSTs.
Ewoks, in my opinion.
They were tripping ATSTs with ropes. Come on, man. Like, that's not really good. But I don't hate them.
To be fair,
But
didn't Luke do the same thing in 5 with the cable around the AT-ATs?
Use your harpoons and tow cables, go for the legs. It might be our only chance of stopping them, because apparently that works.
But yeah, if you do it enough times, they'll trip up.
If
This,
Yeah,
they
I
weren't
mean,
even,
exactly,
weren't
Really
even
on the
wrapping-
Empire for making such nonsensical designs.
as Aussie
They
Mike
were-
just said, if Teak was the one tripping them, would you like it better?
I think if he was in it, yes, that would have been the best part. And they weren't wrapping their legs around; they were putting it in front of them to, like, I don't know. It wasn't the same as the ATST or the ass.
All right.
Anyways,
But we are getting to 10:15, so we do got to wrap this up. Kadar, do you got anything you want to plug?
Well, I'm not a content creator, so I obviously don't have my own content to plug or anything like that. Honestly, I just want to say, obviously it was last minute, but I do appreciate the invite. It was a genuine pleasure to be here with you guys, and I had a lot of fun doing it.
same here, buddy, for sure. I really appreciate it, and you please come on for the Three Scoundrels. It's a good time, so I'll have to get a hold of you sometime and see if you wouldn't
Yep,
mind.
shoot me a
hopping on with us.
DM. Shoot me a DM. We can schedule some time for that.
Dude, someone was just talking about you. Like, do you know who Bane and Owie is? By chance?
Sorry, who?
Bane.
Bane and Owie.
Owie Hero.
I might need a little more context. I know a couple people with the name.
They're not
Bane.
content creators. They're just whales that hang out in a lot of chats and stuff.
Yeah, they're in the
There's one
scribbles
Bane
side
I
of
play
it.
Magic the Gathering, I believe.
Yeah,
So I'll
Bane
have to
used
check.
to. Yeah, Bane has a 16 million account, so he's up there.
Yeah, is he still playing or is he retired?
He's playing.
He's still playing, but he's more casual now.
Oh,
He's
okay. It
not
might not
so
be the
fair.
Bane I know then. Owie rings a
Um,
bell though. That name rings a bell. I know I've heard somebody mention it before.
Owie
you'll
is
see him around.
usually in with Ranger. Same with Bane. They're both in with Ranger
Ah.
on Twitch.
Right.
But I had never heard of you. And just the other day on my stream, they're like, yeah, Kadar or something. Talking to me. I was like, I don't know who that is. And they're like, he's one of the most unknown people. So it's funny that we hung out tonight.
And then it
I
was
just
funny
found
that
out
Bones and I were actually in call together, and I was like, oh yeah, we were just drinking on Friday night. And Bane was like, yeah,
Oh my
see,
God,
everybody.
That was a hell of a stream.
I love Ranger, man. We've had him on several times too.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, Ranger's great people.
Listen, man, ask them about the Three Scoundrels. I promise you they'll put a good word in. Allie will talk shit, but we're the place to be.
Talking
on
shit just
Thursdays.
means you love them.
Hey, we're
Yeah.
just I gotta admit, like, we're a small podcast.
Mm.
The Three Scoundrels is probably the biggest podcast we have for the game right now.
that huck too and spit on that thing.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's probably the biggest podcast we have in the game right now, and they're 110, 11
that?
episodes in.
We're
I've
around
definitely heard of them before.
We're about 100 and I don't know, 100.
Yeah, it's
30, 40,
It's
50,
over-
60, I don't know.
it's over 100, and like this is a long-standing podcast. Like,
We're pretty much a successor to the Skate podcast because Paul and Nev are my best friends, and I was on there, and then they quit, and then we turned it into that. So, yeah, it's a good time though. It's about 20% informational, 80% just talking shit, having a good time. So,
All good.
but
Yeah.
speaking of that, go watch us, Three Scoundrels. It's Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, live on Twitch, and then you can find the podcast on all podcast sites right after that.
You got it.
all right. So with that, if you haven't already, make sure you go to our Linktree /Club38. There you will find the link to the Discord. Make sure you go in there. Get that Club 38 roll. That way you can get notified whenever we go live. Ask those questions. We love having the questions. Kadar, I really love when we get questions like about barbecue and stuff. Like, it just gets random. Like, I love it. Like, I love at the random questions. Like about
Anything could be a question.
nothing Star Wars. I love those ones. Ask those questions, folks. We'd love to answer them. It's interaction with a podcast. We do record live Tuesdays about 9 o'clock right here on this channel. ALLI3GAL for those listening, not on the stream. In there, you will also find the Twitch for Kate, the second link, and then is my YouTube, where I upload the reruns of Club 38, as well as my Twitch, and then also the Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Podcasts for the show. You can find all that in there, along with the new merchandise. You could shop merch.
Ow!
And also the PayPal. If you guys ever want to donate, all that goes right back into the channel. We are working actually on a Club 38 whole setup with
Ooh.
trying to get a new going live stream and whole setup. But I do have to pay Moonborn for that, and anything
I
else.
still owe Moonborn money. I can't get fucking money on PayPal. I gotta figure it out.
So yeah,
Also, Mike redeemed a Hawk Tua. What does that involve? Can
Oh
we please
my.
see that?
nothing. But that's all in the link tree. Check out the link tree. Discord and everything's already in there. Again, it's LANKTR.ee/Club38. And we will go live Tuesdays around 9 EST. So thank you, Kadar, for again last second.
I was happy to be here. It was a very fun time.
Oh, okay. And then Aussie Mike wants to drop a fuck you, Bones. So fuck you, Bones.
Love you, bud. Love you too.
So again, thank you, Kadar. We really appreciate you taking the minute to come in here. Great conversation. We have a hype train started.
Right before we leave.
Right before, right, man.
What an asshole!
This kind of stinks because I actually have a hype train video that plays when I'm streaming. Not the Club 38, but I actually have a hype train video, and I was waiting to get to see it, and I didn't get to see it.
the nicest asshole you'll ever meet.
Aussie Mike,
Like,
you are
seriously.
amazing. Bones got a sub to the channel.
Love you, buddy. I really do. You're not an asshole. I love you, man. And I miss you. Quit being so mean to me.
So, thank you, Bones, for taking the time to be the co-host. We really appreciate it. Thank you for coming in while Kate's gone. I really appreciate the help on it. And
Hey, no problem. I had a great time tonight. Like I said, good meeting you, Kadar, and always good hanging out with you, Allie.
I
Good to
wish
meet you as well.
I wish I could say rebellions are built on hope, but this isn't my stream. This is mine and Kate's thing. So we hope to see you in the club next time.
Peace.
All right, the recording is done.
Already.
So generally what we do now is we just kind of hang out, talk to chat a minute, and then raid out.
All right.
So thank you guys for coming in shorts. Aussie Mike, Malik, Nightingale, Angel, Night Angel. Ray Rock.
Hey, I'm getting a call. I gotta go.
All right.
Good hanging out with you guys. I'll talk to you later.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Do that.
Oh, I see my brother commented.
Did he?
Oh yeah, my brother on YouTube, Malcolm Night Angel 9939. That is
okay.
My identical twin.
Okay, I totally said Nightingale because I thought that's what it was at first.
No, it's a Night Angel. It's a reference to it in a novel series he read.
Okay. Thank you for coming on.
I was happy to be here.
Baby Yoda.
I don't know if they're still listening, but I want to give a shout out to Vlad Sander for that absolutely awesome question. I had a very fun time just coming up with that in the heat of the moment, coming up with a quick kit for Bayodur.
I am really impressed that you came up with that like on the fly. That was awesome. That was amazing.
Well, it helps. It helps. I know a lot about Bayodur, like the coder lore and such. I have an encyclopedia in my head about a lot of that crap.
I'm excited to try it.
You're gonna love it.
I thought it was until like last week. I thought it was the MMO.
Oh no, that's the inspiration for the MMO.
And I was like, oh man, I don't have time for it. Like I did Final Fantasy 14 for the longest time, and I was like, I don't got time for another MMO.
No MMO. You can pause it and resume at your leisure.
So I will be buying KOTOR 2 in a couple weeks, and I will be
you have KOTOR 1?
live streaming. I don't. I'm gonna be buying both of them. I've never played either, and
yep.
I'm excited to try it because I know nothing about the Old Republic. Like I know what I know through Swago and like research into like Revan, but I'm excited for it.
It'll be a good time. I hope you enjoy it to the fullest.
I hope so too. I have really good because again, like doing the research into it, I kind of knew who Satele was. Because it popped up that like, oh, it's Revan's daughter. I was like, that's cool. And she's like one of the strongest Jedi in history. That's amazing.
Yeah, she was exceptionally gifted on the Force.
So I was excited to be like, oh, okay, so this is actually an RPG. Okay, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna let the hype train run out before I raid out.
That's all good. Aussie Mike, thank you again for the 5 gifted subs for her community. Always enjoy seeing those.
I appreciate that. I really do. I don't really get a whole lot of support on the channel, so I love the little support I get.
Every bit helps.
All right. But I do see that we have Big Boat. Looks like he is doing some conquest. So let's go over and raid out to Big Boat, or aka Egg Nerds.
Alrighty.
I think on YouTube there is on YouTube. Again, if you're watching over on YouTube, give a like, give a subscribe, and then we could raid out. I don't see Troopers on break on anymore. Oh, we do have. Okay, so this is somebody that I follow. I'm sure everybody knows them. This is Critical Role. They are starting their new tailgate. Episode 1.
Ooh,
So, if you are
I
watching,
played their game recently. That was a good time.
follow that link. Enjoy some Critical Role. I can't raid out without 500 subs. That's kind of why I'm pitching 500 on YouTube. So, go check that out. Link is in the chat. I love me some Critical Role. I'm a D&D player, so go check them out. Get the raid started for Big Boat. Okay, raid is started. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you all for coming in, taking the time to watch the show, and I will see you all next time.